Hey, what's up everybody? So I've been living, working, and traveling in more than 100 different countries over the past decade, and today I'm going to share my 5 favorite countries that you would move from the United States to living overseas. So the first thing you might be wondering is, why would you ever leave the land of freedom and opportunity? Well, there's a lot of good reasons, and we'll go ahead and start off with why you might actually want to leave the United States, and then we'll get into my 5 favorite countries in no real order. So why would you want to leave the USA? Imagine a life where your dollar stretches further, offering a quality of life that's not just affordable, but also enriching. With FEIE tax exclusion, earning in dollars while spending in local currencies, it's not just a dream. Now, how did I choose these places? So the time zones, the ease to get set up, the visa processing, the expat communities, and essentially, where is the best value for the lowest price? This is going to be why I chose these top 5 destinations. So let's go ahead and dig right in. Starting off at number 1 is the country of Georgia. So I came here about 3 years ago, and when I came through passport control, they stamped my passport, gave me a small bottle of Georgian wine, and I was allowed to stay in the country for over 1 year. So basically, Georgia is very welcoming to expats and a lot of countries. It's very easy to get set up with a bank account, a SIM card, finding apartments, and overall, Georgia is a pretty good value. 3 years ago versus now, there's been a lot of changes. Basically now in 2023, there's been a huge influx of Russians, so prices for apartments and other things have gone up, but it's still one of the safest countries in the world and one of the best values in any country that I've been to. There's still a lot of great ways to have a high quality of life for a good price. On the cons, a lot of people coming to Georgia might find that some of the service isn't on par to Western countries, but other than that, there's a lot of great things here. So a few other complaints I hear about Georgia is that it's just too small. Now, it's only a country of 4 million, but it's one of the things I love. It's not too small where you feel like there's not enough to do, but it's that perfect size where there's a lot of stuff happening, but it also feels fairly intimate. There's a lot of great things about Georgia, and I could go on for about 20 minutes. So if you like this, make sure to leave a comment below and I'll make a full video for you. So coming in at number 2 is Portugal, and there is so many reasons to love this country, but I'll start off with the pros and then we'll get into the cons. So starting off with the pros, the weather year-round is absolutely beautiful. It's in a great time zone as well. So if you have a business or want to stay connected to family, it's not too far off like going to Australia or New Zealand or something like that. The other reason is the visa application process and the long-term visa systems are pretty good. As a pro, you can actually get up and set up residency in Portugal fairly easily, and it's not going to cost millions and millions of dollars to get started there. They did have a golden visa that was essentially allowed you to stay there and get a path to residency and even citizenship, but this program has been put on pause as of October 2023. Even though it's on pause, there's still a lot of other great reasons. What I recommend for people is to go there for a few months, make sure you like it, spend 3 months as a tourist before committing or planting roots. On the con side of moving to Portugal, there's been a mass movement of Americans and other countries moving to Portugal, which in turn bought up a ton of the real estate in Lisbon and Porto, driving up the prices, making it a lot more expensive to live in these cities. On the silver lining though, there's a ton of beautiful smaller towns stretching the coast and the beaches of Portugal, and some island destinations that you can go to that aren't overrun with tourists. So there's still a lot of opportunity for Portugal, and that's why it's very high on my list for people wanting to move to the United States, to another country, accessing Europe, and maybe planting roots if it's a good fit for you. Moving in at number 3 is Mexico. So many Americans have been moving here, and I love traveling to Mexico. I've been going there pretty much every year for the past 5 or 6 years. Since COVID, it has really changed. The prices are only about 10 to 15% better or cheaper than the United States. There's just so many things that are overrun now with expats and tourists because so many people went there post-COVID, and it's really become less of a good value in my opinion. Cities like Mexico City, Playa del Carmen have really gone up with rent prices, food prices, and everything in between. You really need to go to some of those tier 2 or tier 3 cities to find the great value in Mexico. A few of the other good things though, you can show up for 6 months. It's fairly easy to get a residency, and it's really great for Americans to be on that time zone with the United States. So a lot of great pros and cons. If you have a favorite city in Mexico, make sure you leave a comment below and let us know what you like about it. So coming in at number 4 is Thailand, one of the most popular digital nomad and expat expat destinations in Asia and all of the world. And the reason I still love Thailand is because it's a super high quality of life for a really great price, depending on where you go though. So if you're going to Phuket, Bangkok, things are definitely a little bit more expensive, and especially now with a influx of Russians moving to Phuket, there's not a lot of great options depending on where you're going there, but there's still a lot of other great tier 2 and tier 3 cities. For example, I'm going to be spending a few months in Koh Samui, and comparing the prices in Phuket to the prices in Koh Samui, it's almost 2 or 3 times cheaper in Koh Samui. So there's still a lot of great value out there, and you can get a really nice luxury place for a good price, top tier service. So that's on the pro side. On the con side of Thailand, there's just not that one go-to spot that really checks all the boxes. For example, Chiang Mai has the best expat community, but it can get a little boring there. Sometimes it's a little too small and there's no beaches. Places like Phuket, Koh Samui are great for island life, amazing beaches, lots of water sports, but it lacks in community. Bangkok seems to be the best blend of everything, where you have close access to beaches, pretty good expat community, a ton of stuff to do all the time. And the structure that I've seen a lot of long-term expats do is they spend a base time in Bangkok, and then when they get tired of city life, they go spend a few weeks or months in the islands. Thailand has a lot of great visa options. They've got a few of these VIP visas that allow you to stay longer term. It's fairly expensive, but once you've committed to staying long term in Thailand, it can be a really great option for you. Coming in at last but not least is number 5, Malaysia. Now, Malaysia is kind of a hidden gem in Asia, and for some reason, a lot of expats do not tend to go or gravitate there. They typically end up in Thailand or Bali or Indonesia, but Malaysia has a lot to offer. It's one of the best value destinations that I've seen, especially in Kuala Lumpur, as far as like finding apartments, good quality of life, really good luxury stuff for a great price. And they've got an amazing diverse amount of food, Indian food, Malay food, Chinese food, and all the international food that you would ever want. So Malaysia is a great option for that. They're a little bit stricter as far as the visa front, but there's so many good options there if you're looking to stay longer term. So if you're looking to go to Malaysia, check it out for a few months, see if you like it, and you can hop around to Bali, to Thailand, and see where you kind of like the best. Each one of these countries has something unique to offer, and it's all about finding what resonates with your lifestyle. For me, the adventure lies in discovering new cultures, cuisines, and ways of life. Embracing the local lifestyle, learning a bit of the language, and engaging in the community can transform your experience. Remember, moving abroad isn't just about a new location, it's about a new way of seeing the world. And last but not least, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and again, leave a comment below. Where is top on your destination? And lastly, if you're going to move abroad, I suggest to walk before you run. Go as a tourist, spend a few months there, make sure you like it before you actually commit to moving there long term. So thanks again, and see you the next time.